In Maryland, some workers could see a pay bump next year. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay joins us live in Ocean City now. And Kevin, this proposal would mean a significant difference in minimum wage.
Maddie, the current minimum wage in Maryland is $15 an hour. But government officials are trying to raise that to $20 an hour. And that would also include people who receive tips. But they're not trying to do all this at once. During 2024, Maryland raised their minimum wage from $13.25 an hour to $15 an hour. And already some lawmakers, State Senator Cory, McCray, Delegate Adrian, Boafo, along with the One Fair Wage Group, want to push that further, $5 an hour further, over the next 5 years. But Alan Bauer is worried about the consequences for businesses.
For small businesses especially that don't have the largest margins, they can't afford that, and the end result will almost certainly be that some people will lose their jobs.
On Thursday, Maryland officials spoke with the fair wage advocates and announced their plan. The gradual increase to $20 an hour would take until 2030, and it would phase out the two-tiered wage structure that currently pays tipped workers just $3.63 an hour. Amy Thompson, the executive director for the Ocean City Chamber of Commerce, worries about the second part.
People know that tipped workers make $3 and some change an hour, and so people are willing to tip, right? So if you shift to, where they're making minimum wage plus tips, I think you're going to see less tips, and I think ultimately people will actually make less money.
If Maryland does make this change, they would be the 8th state in the union to go to do it. And the proposal does carve out some financial help in the form of tax credits for restaurants and small businesses to help them through the transition to these higher wages. What happens next remains to be seen. Some argue higher wages could mean higher prices, or even fewer staff. Now, after doing the math, if you work 40 hours a week every week and are getting paid $20 an hour, you'd get somewhere between $41,000 a year. Now, if legislation does pass, it'll then go up to the Maryland voters on November 2026 to see if it becomes official. I'm Kevin Zapay, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.